welcome to another Insensu Education Marketing video. My name is Lara Melville, and in today's video, I would like to look at how far ahead you should be planning your education marketing strategy. And I work with lots of suppliers, all different shapes and sizes, and when I talk to them about their education marketing plans, I sometimes have something put in front of me that is a 5-year, very detailed strategy on what's going on in the first year, then, in 3 years later, 5 years down the line. And also I have the honesty of some suppliers saying that they will sit down and work out what they're going to post on social media in the next half an hour. And it was really kind of fly by the seat of your pants type of marketing. Obviously, we're looking for somewhere in between, and I would certainly recommend that you are planning your strategy at least 1 year in advance. I'd actually suggest that depending on where you are within the academic year, that you've got some sort of plan for the following academic year. So if you're well into this academic year, we want to really have a look at the following academic year and have something planned out for that. If you're very early in this academic year, then we'd be looking at this academic year. And a rough idea of what you're going to be putting into each term. However, the maximum amount of detail you want is in the next term to come, not the one we're in at the moment, but your following term, really in sufficient detail. However, there's a caveat to that, and that is we still want to maintain an element of flexibility so that your marketing plan is not really set in stone and there's room for manoeuvre within your organisation. And a case in point was really as we approached the pandemic and the lockdown in March 2020, when a lot of suppliers who may have booked conferences and events or had adverts and advertorial in education magazines, as we went into the pandemic, the marketing really had to change, and it was those suppliers that were able to be really responsive that were able to capitalize on new opportunities rather than really being stuck to what they had in their education marketing plan. Now, often it's the larger organisations that find it more difficult to be really responsive and turn that marketing round when it is needed. And it's often some of the smaller suppliers that don't have those certain kind of chains of command, as it were, within the organisation that can be like that. So if you are a larger organisation, it's certainly worth looking at the systems that you've got in place so that if you do need to change tack a little bit, then you can be responsive in that regard. So the reason I say 1 year is ensuring that you get a really good marketing mix. So you can include within that year across your 3 terms, your autumn term when people return back in September, your spring term after Christmas, and your summer term as in the lead up to the end of the year. You've got a wide range of marketing opportunities in there, that you've got a mix of social media. There are opportunities for some face-to-face, whether that's local networking meetings with school business leaders, or whether that's some of the big exhibitions, regional or national exhibitions, maybe out of the Excel Centre in London or Birmingham NEC, for example, and a wide range of digital marketing opportunities as well. You also want to, by having a year, you can think about your best focus for different types of year. And I'll give you the example of if you are a playground supplier, that if you're only focused on the term ahead, but your best time for sales would be in, let's say, the spring term, when schools are going to be organising their outdoor space ready for later in the spring term and the summer term, you don't want to be missing those opportunities. But by being planned a full academic year in advance, then you don't miss out on that. Another example might be if you're an ed tech supplier, you want to have that view of the whole academic year in advance so that you can book a place at, for example, the BET show in January. So having that year overview is going to be really important for you. As I said, the maximum amount of detail you want in the term ahead, and this allows you to be really topical with your marketing. So, for example, if there are national days coming up, like World Book Day, or if the SATs tests are approaching, or there's a big push towards the end of the year and preparation for September within that term, then you can actually capitalize on that. So that next term ahead is really important to tighten down that marketing, know exactly what you're going to be doing, the content that you're going to be including, the type of posts, maybe the social media graphics, those sorts of things, that you've got all of that ready to go. In terms of longer term marketing, when people say, "Oh, we've got a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plan," I think if you're putting anything in real detail that's going on to like a beyond a 3 year and up to a 5 year plan, you don't want that to be again it's really set in stone, because as time goes on, it may become either less relevant, or there may be other opportunities that come up that if you've committed, and particularly if you've committed your marketing budget to some of these opportunities, you might then miss out on something that actually would prove to be much more effective or more topical at the time. So not too much detail further down the line. I think a year in advance and a full academic year would be a really good starting point for your education marketing strategy. Hope that's helpful, and I look forward to seeing you on another education marketing video. If you would like more help to reach out to more budget holders in schools, academies and multi-academy trusts, then head over to insenzu.co.uk or give us a call on 0800 633 5722, or you can always drop us a line at office@insenzu.co.uk.